rather than making me doubt anything, it actually just made me more determined to make it work, because I knew I was taking that big step. You know, I'm determined to work hard, not afraid of hard work, and I think you certainly can't be shy of hard work in this industry. You've got to work hard to produce results.
McDonald hasn't moved yet. Zaki kick clear. 2 lengths, 3 lengths, Homesman. And at the 250, he's 4 in front of Cascadian. Zaki holding on. Zaki won the McKinnon. Won it by a length, Cascadian. James McDonald take a bow. 10 wins over Cup Week.
I got quite involved into racing quite late on. I was always very horsey growing up. As a little girl, I had ponies and did pony club and show jumping and eventing, but it wasn't the working and racing until later on. I started off being an avid National Hunt fan, loved following the jumps racing, loved going to Cheltenham Festival, Aintree. Probably meeting a friend called Tom Ward at university. I lived with him for 3 years and he was mad keen and an aspiring trainer. He was the one that got me involved in it. Yeah, it was throughout my university holidays where I first got involved. In England, I worked for the Royal Studs, helping with the breaking in for a season, and I did some yearling preps leading into the yearling sales. But it was mainly just riding out pointers for my housemate Tom Ward. It wasn't until I came to Australia and worked for Gay Waterhouse that I really sunk my teeth into the training side, more in a flat yard, because everything up until that point, hands-on horses had really been with jumpers. First moved to Australia in 2016, so coming up for 6 years ago. I decided to come to Australia really just for more experience. It's obviously a very international industry, and I wanted to initially spend time in Australia and America before hoping to get an assistant trainer job back in England, but I never left Australia. I based myself at Warwick Farm because it was the only place with available boxes, is the bottom line. Boxes are incredibly hard to get in Sydney, but I've been very fortunate. I've worked at Randwick, Rosehill and Warwick Farm, which are all the 3 major training tracks in Sydney. And I think if I'd actually had the choice, probably Warwick Farm would have been my pick from a horse's point of view. I think from a social point of view and a lifestyle point of view, Randwick's better because you're not far from Bondi Beach. But you know, we're engrossed in this, and yeah, I think Warwick Farm's great. We've got as well as the main track, we've got a back track, and it's just got a nice, relaxing environment here. From my earlier days eventing, you know, a lot of what I did was dressage and flat work with horses, so I've tried to incorporate a bit of that into training racehorses here in Australia, more just getting them balanced and carrying themselves. But in terms of, you know, training methods in England and transferring them over to Australia, your general day-to-day care is the same, but the actual training of the horses, it does differ. Treadmills and beaches are used here more than they are back in England, so it's very difficult. It'd be very difficult to train a horse in English style out here on the racetracks. Never really had any doubts, other than I knew I was leaving a fantastic job. So if it was going to fail, you know, the job I left, they didn't get much better than that. So I think rather than making me doubt anything, it actually just made me more determined to make it work, because I knew I was taking that big step. And I knew, you know, you're always judged pretty quickly here in Australia, as you are in a lot of industries, and I knew I had to hit the ground running. I'm just very fortunate in our first year. We had 2 headline horses, Mo'unga and Zaki, and they just really helped raise our profile as a team.
Someone who came out from the UK a couple of years ago, are you pinching yourself where you are right now?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just so fortunate to have horses like Zaki and Mo'unga, and to be able to get someone like James McDonald to ride for you in a Group 1 on a big day like this is so special. And yeah, first winner at Flemington, for it to be the McKinnon's just unbelievable.
I knew I'd be able to do it with the right horses. I was fortunate when working for Kieran Maher to be involved in a lot of Group 1 winners and see the process in getting those horses there. Yeah, to do it in our first 6 months was probably a bit unexpected, and yeah, I had to pinch myself a little bit, but just so lucky to have had such good support from the Fung family so early on, and then trust me in a horse like Mo'unga, who could provide me with that first Group 1.
Mo'unga, Skylab, sits Mo'unga just in front of Mo'unga.